까만 미래를 타고 빛나는 너의 미소 시작해 우리 이야기 우리 둘 매일
Hey, you're tuned into jmhtv, where the ships are real in our hearts, the drama is chaotic, and we have way too many BL opinions. I'm Haven,
And I'm Joyce.
and let's get into it. Oh, okay, vocals from Joyce, even though it's so scary. Um, Today, guys, we are going to be talking about everybody's favorite show.
I don't know if it's everybody's favorite. Like,
Hey, so you can just let me talk.
okay.
Thank you. Thank
That's a
you.
big claim, though. Like,
We're going to be talking about me. So, I'm joking.
like what? Mind you, we talk about BLs on here. So what are you trying to say?
Um, uh, our ship name Haven Joyce.
That sounds bad. That sounds so bad.
Obviously, wasn't made for our names. You know. You know.
Today we're going to be talking about
Oh, I forgot about that.
My Golden Blood,
How did I forget that?
starring Joss X Gowan.
Yes, Josh. Our boxer. Anyways, so just a little, heads up before we start. There are going to be spoilers. Um, so yeah. So first, let's get started on the overview of the show. I watched just a little bit ago, so let's see if I can even remember what. I know that it started with um Joss. I said Joss. Sorry. What's the dude's name?
Mark.
Tong. Yes, Tong and his foster brother, whatever brother, Tonkla. If I mess up the names, I deeply apologize. But they are in an orphanage and they are going to college by themselves, and they're sharing a room. And that's when Tong is at college, he meets Mark. Sorry, that's the name
Like,
for
I was like, what?
he meets Mark because Tong wants to make money, so he takes this job that Tong Cloud was going to do, but he didn't end up going because he took a different job. And he sees what, I keep forgetting his name. Oh my gosh, he sees Mark over there, and he cuts himself when he was by him. And that's wait, was it that fast that he figured out he was a vampire?
Yeah. He was like a waiter working like for Mark's cousin. What was his name?
Nakan.
Nakan. So the event technically had a bunch of vampires there, not just Mark and Nakan.
It
And
was like filled with vampires. The entire thing was vampires.
yeah. And he's like a waiter, so he's bringing a drink to Mark. He like drops the glass cup and like cuts himself. And I believe that's like when actually no, it wasn't by the pool. Mark was like, "Okay, bring my drink to my room." And he thought Tong thought he was trying to do a little something extra besides
Right.
get a drink.
And
And
do something
that's
strange for a piece of change. That's what he thought.
and that's when he cut himself with the glass, and then Mark was like, "Oh shoot."
He went all crazy, okay?
Yeah. And then he like busted them out the window and they drove off somewhere safe because
Like, you think
we
this
said
is Twilight?
like we said the whole hotel was like crawling with vampires, and there's this dude that has golden blood bleeding. And golden blood is very important to vampires because it can give them like ultimate power, ultimate strength, and basically make them like powerful ruler. So like that's the whole premise of like why Tong's important and stuff like that.
Yes. Um, then we get into their story of how they fall in love and
Because Mark's whole premise is protecting Tong.
yeah, he's tasked with protecting the golden blood.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he's given this task by, was she like the leader? Like,
The head of the vampires at the time.
yes. What was her name?
I couldn't tell you.
But yeah, she given to it by this woman who was the leader, and Mark was tasked with this. Oh, her name was Thara.
Mm-hmm.
and he was given this task when not Mark, when Tong was a baby. It was a little weird, but hey, not weird that he was tasked with watching him. Weird that they fell in love. But if you push that aside,
I
anyways.
mean, yeah, like he basically watched Tong grow up from an infant to like a grown man. So it's like, in a way, you kind of seen him in all stages, which I guess makes their like love story deeper because like you've seen him in all stages, but like it's
Yeah.
also like, yay, you
Also,
like you saw him when he was a kid. Like it's weird.
and you were a grown man, grown
What
man.
age? Do you remember what age Mark turned into a vampire? Like what age he's frozen at? I can't remember, but he's
I
frozen at, like I
can't.
think he's like in his 20s. But he's still
Yes.
like older than Tong.
I mean, he was older regardless. Like he turned in like what, 18 something.
Yeah, but like the age he's frozen at is still older than Tong's age.
Oh yeah, I
So
think.
like not even his vampire age, like just his like human age that he was
Mm,
frozen at.
yeah. And
Me?
I don't know,
I
but
love him.
it's easier to blame you. So, oh yeah, makes my life easier.
Girl, bye.
Anyways, but yeah. Um, and why, like guys, I feel like I didn't watch it that long ago, but I watched it so long ago that I can't.
Everything's kind of like blending together.
Yeah, like how did they even start falling in love with each other again? Like,
So like after the whole hotel incident, Mark is like basically on Tong's booty cheeks. He's like, I'm gonna be watching you really closely. Like, I have to make sure you're safe now that multiple people might know that you're the Golden Blood.
oh yes,
And he like enrolls into Tong's school so that he can like be able to look after him while he's in school, while he's out of school. And Mark explains to Tong like, "Hey, I'm a vampire. You have special blood, and I need to protect you because other vampires might want to take advantage of you and kill you and drink your blood. And we have to wait till you're 21 because once you're 21, everything goes back to normal and you can just live your life."
oh yes, and then Tong moves in with Mark.
Yes, because there's like, okay, if you move in with me, it's easier for me to protect you and
Hmm.
keep you safe.
Yes, and
And this is when everything just goes straight downhill. He moves in with this man. Mind you, this man is a vampire, and he's just like, I don't really eat, but you can eat. And Tong's just eating good. And my thing is how Tong went to college with his foster brother, Tongla. He
yes,
basically abandons his foster brother.
he tells him that he is doing a research thing, and so he's gonna be gone for who knows how long. He told
Yeah,
this dude. Which my whole thing is, what research thing has you gone for as long as you were gone for? Okay, because this man was gone for a little bit, and even so, why do you need to stay over there?
like why can't you go and come back to your dorm that's
Hmm.
on
Wait,
campus?
was Tong still going to classes during this time?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't going to any classes. Like
Huh?
the biggest pause to ever exist to mankind. A pregnant pause. But yes, he wasn't going to school. He was just in Mark's house. Just there for I don't know, days, weeks.
Yeah.
And then I think believe Tong was like tired of living with Mark because he kind of just felt trapped and like he couldn't go anywhere or do anything. So he decides that okay, I'm gonna go back to school and I'm gonna go back to like my dorm and stuff like that. So he goes back to his foster brother and their like shared dorm. Foster brother's like, "Oh, you're back from research?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Mind you, this dude never asked for like, or did he?
Research he was doing or
It was just like, oh,
anything.
you're back from your research. Oh,
Like, okay,
like
like back to
that's it.
school.
Like he believed him so easily.
Because I mean, that's your like that they grew up together. I don't think he was thinking like, oh, he's lying to me. Like,
Yeah, that's true. But even if I wasn't thinking you're lying to me, I feel like I would still ask, what research are you doing? Like, how long are you gonna be gone? Like,
yeah,
what are you doing? Because that's still your foster brother. You would be curious
yeah,
to
like
know what
what's
he's
going on?
doing.
But yeah, so Tom comes back and he's also now aware of like the whole supernatural world, vampires, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
in Tong's mind, he's also trying to protect his foster brother. And Mark is like, we can't trust anybody, so just like don't tell your foster brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, to protect him, I will keep him in the dark. That only lasts for about 2 seconds in a hoop because next thing you know, Mark's cousin Nakan is
Yes.
like all up on them. Okay, he's like, I know the Golden Blood is someone that's around Mark, and he starts sniffing around the foster brother because technically the foster brother's name was the one that Tong was using to work as a waiter at the party.
So he thinks that the golden blood at first is Tong Kla.
Exactly. So he goes on this little witch hunt trying to like get close to Tongkla and gain his trust to find out if he's the Golden Blood or not.
Mhm.
And guess what? Now your foster brother's in danger anyways.
Yes. So,
So they end up having to tell him because now Nakar is a danger to him anyway. So they let him know. And obviously he feels greatly betrayed because it's like, dude, you've been lying to me the whole time. Not only that, you like you simply could have just told me the truth. Like, did you not trust me? It became a whole thing. And then I think like also in between that happening and Mark and Tong's story, like Mark and Tong had gotten closer because like when you're when you have a secret like that, obviously you get closer together. It's like they're the only person you can talk to it about and stuff like that. So they're getting closer together.
mhm.
Like Tong is learning things about Mark, and yeah, they blossom love from there. But Mark is also very cautious because he doesn't want to hurt Tong because Tong is still the golden blood. Yeah.
So that's it for the overview.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's talk about the ending.
Oh yes.
So the ending, spoiler, spoiler for the ending. Um, the lady Thara, she's the villain. She's the
Yes.
evil one.
She was the villain the whole time.
Ooh, surprise! Wow. Surprise. Um, she is the one. She killed Tong's parents,
Yeah.
trying to get the golden blood, and basically kind of preserved um Tong for her to
Devour him.
yeah when he turned 21 because 21 was like peak age of the
Golden
golden blood,
blood.
so she needed to wait until he was at peak age to slurp him up. And what's it called? Ooh, Mark found out her plan. He was greatly betrayed. Okay, he felt so bad because he was like, he followed this lady since she turned
Turned.
him.
Yeah.
So, but for his man, he went against her and he teamed up with Nakan to basically defeat
Because
her.
I feel like it's also important to point out, like this whole time, Farah had been painting Nakan to be like the bad guy, and this, that, and the third, and like it gives like a little glimpse on like, okay, he wasn't following her rules because he knew she was a hypocrite. You're
Yes.
not following your own rules, but you expect me to follow them, and that was like his
Yes.
whole thing, and like it was just like them working together. It was like, okay, you're not the bad guy, enemy of my enemy is my friend or whatever
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff.
Like like Nakan wasn't inherently evil. It
Yes.
was really just the situation he was in. Like you guys, as I said, you want me to follow you when you're not even following your own rules. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of felt bad for him at the end though. They didn't need to do him or Tongue like that at the end. Okay, they killed both of them.
Yeah, they both died at the end.
Killed both of them.
Sacrifice of love.
Yes, but at the end they did um Mark did win against Thara. I think he killed her. Um, and he was able to because I think Tong had died for a little bit,
Hmm.
and he was able to revive Tong back as a vampire.
They pulled a Bella and Edward. Period, period,
Yes.
period.
Only this time, Tong wasn't pregnant, you know.
Okay, so Mpreg.
Um,
But yes, and then that's the end of the overview.
shoot. Side note, we need to have more pregnant men other than the Omegas, okay? That
Okay,
would have
so
been
like Mpreg only exist in the Omegaverse for a specific reason.
no, I think it can exist other ways.
Girl, they okay. The men don't even have the biology, and that's why it's an Omegaverse theme.
So, enough with the Mpreg. Now, let's get on to the questions. Joyce, hit me
Okay.
with the first question. Maybe you're gonna do some bullshit.
What makes their chemistry work? Being a main character.
What makes their chemistry work? You know, I feel like honestly, with Mark, I feel like it was easier because he's known this dude from since Tong was a child. Okay, so I feel like it was easier for him to like understand him a little more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In some cases, he still was a little bit dense.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I feel like that did help Mark in the long run. Now, Tong, on the other hand,
I feel like for Tong, it was like I don't want to say it was like because Mark was his protector, but I feel like he felt safe with Mark
hmm
and like he knew that Mark would do anything to protect him.
yeah.
And like when you have a person like that, I feel like it's easier to Hey, why are you crazy?
Exactly. Like, come on,
You made me forget what I was saying. It makes it easier.
protector.
Makes it,
Excuse me.
it makes it easier to fall in love with.
Gosh.
God, she wants me so bad, bro.
Ooh, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Hey, that's a lie. You guys heard it here. Our ship name wasn't even gonna work. So, like, actually,
Because her name is.
hey, so you're blaming me? You're blaming my mother? Ooh.
Um, next question.
Oh.
Wait,
No.
how do their personalities complement or match?
Hmm.
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 Like their personalities complement each other because Mark was more like stoic, mysterious, and I feel like
Yeah.
Tong was more like a childish nature
Mhm.
and more youthful.
Mhm.
He kind of like brought that out of Mark.
That's true.
Like when they went on vacation and it was like, yeah, have fun, get in the water. You don't always have to be 24/7 on guard. Sometimes you can
That's
just
true.
let go and be free. And I feel
Yes.
like Mark was able to do that with Tong.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a little side note, but when you mentioned the beach scene, all I can remember was the swimsuit Mark had on.
He was showing all his booty. That was sculpting his booty like he ain't never sculpted no one's booty before.
No, it's like one thing this show wanted to do was show off Mark's body
Yes.
bad.
So bad,
It
bro.
wanted to show off his body bad. Did I complain?
Not
No.
one bit.
But it wanted to show it off bad. They said, you have a body, we're showing it off. And I ain't mad at it. Anyways,
Do you think that the supernatural element of the BL elevated it or distracted from?
I don't think it I think it, I guess, more so elevated it because I don't want to say it distracted from it because it was the whole point of it.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, I don't think it elevated it or distracted it because that was like the whole storyline.
yeah,
The
like,
storyline was based in supernatural, like around the
yeah,
supernatural.
like the whole reason why they met was because of not met, but the whole reason why they were even interacting with each other was because of that element in general.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like if it was like a plot line where it was like, mm, a doctor and a patient, and the whole storyline was like saving people, and then you threw in a
vampire.
yeah, then that could be like, okay, does it elevate it or distract from it? But in this case, I feel like since this was like the whole storyline, the whole plot,
hmm
it does a good job of like carrying that through.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say though that Mark's power was kind of whorish because what do you mean you
What
gotta
was it?
kiss people to heal them? Like what do you mean you gotta his power was like I guess
I remember the healing part, but I don't remember him needing to kiss people.
girl, that's how he healed them with his
Really?
lips. Yes. With Tong, okay, that's fine because that's your man. With the other ones, like when he was trying to heal the foster brother when he had been impaled. I don't
Hmm.
know why they thought that was gonna work. Like he was impaled. But yes,
What was
he
he
had to
healing?
place his lips on his lips. Or close to his lips. Like it has to like hover.
Oh.
Yes. I was like, that's a whorish power right there. You're telling me you can't use your hands? That didn't sound no better. Anyway.
Um, it didn't, but hey.
Okay. Does the fantasy element oh, I just read that, didn't I? Hey, Jesus Christ.
Somebody help this girl. Okay, guys. So, how does the show explore the fear of being alone forever? Joyce?
How does the show exploit the fear of being alone forever? I feel like for Mark, he kind of had already accepted the fact that he may be alone because he has seen people around him die because he's a vampire, he's immortal.
Yeah.
For Tong, on the other hand, I like we were talking about how like for him, he's dating someone who's immortal. So in the back of your head, it's like, oh, we only have so much time together before I die and you continue living.
Mhm.
Like even at the end, spoiler, where he turns into a vampire, I feel like that's kind of like a relief in their situation because it's like, okay, you love each other, you want to be together forever.
Mhm.
Him staying as a human would have hindered the forever.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I feel like this also goes into like with Mark how why he trusted the lady so much
Mm-hmm.
because that was the one person he trusted and she was also a vampire. Like they had known each other for so long.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's why it hurt him even more of
she was Loki, kind of like a mother figure.
yeah, why it hurt him even more on like when she betrayed him or betrayed
Yeah, because I
yeah.
honestly, if you think about it, she turned Mark.
Mhm.
If from the beginning she had just let Mark know, like, hey, I need the golden blood to be a great ruler, and this, that, and the third, I feel like in the beginning Mark would have accepted it. Because once again, she's all he's known.
Yeah.
So he would have been way more receptive to it in the beginning rather than, oh, you've made me watch over this person their whole life. We're now in love with each other and you're over here telling me, oh, you're gonna kill them? Huh? You crazy?
Yeah,
And you want me to just
she
accept it?
she also wasn't the brightest one of the
No,
bunch
literally.
because you could have went about it completely different, and now look at you dead.
Okay.
Yeah, but I agree. Yeah, um, with I'm the one that just said something, but I agree with what I just said.
Like I
Anyways, so what do you think was the most iconic or memorable scene?
um my favorite scene or memorable scene was when Mark jumped out of the window in the first couple in the first episode. He jumped
Hmm.
out of the window and landed in the car. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't have any like deep reason why I liked it. I just did.
Understandable. My favorite scene, I'm not gonna lie to you, I just said it. It was this beach scene, and he was wearing that swimsuit, and
Showing all his
yes,
goodies.
like I'm sorry, like that scene is just burned into my memory. Especially, I'm sorry, the little swimsuits the boys be wearing that like the small ones,
Mhm.
those ones they be making me laugh all the time. But he made it look good. Okay, like he made it look good. I can't even
What
lie
is
to
it
you.
called? It's called like a speedo.
Yeah,
The
something like
speedo
that.
trunks. Yeah. Another
But
one that I thought was so funny is when Tong was in Mark's house and Mark had a painting of himself
oh yeah, like oh,
and the eyes were just staring at Tong and
and
Tong is
he,
covered it up.
and that's understandable because why are they just?
staring into my
deep into my
soul. Like,
soul.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Literally. Okay. Do you think the aesthetic matches the tone of the story?
I feel like everything, like stakes would have been higher if they weren't college students. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If they were like just like they finished school, they're just workers like in a
Mhm.
company, I feel like the stakes would have been higher because not only are they older, they've experienced other stuff.
Yes, I feel like it would have been way more not interesting, but it would have hit more if they were in the real world because then
Yes.
it could have been like it would be more it would be understandable of why she wants power because
Yes.
let's say she wanted power to stay in power in Thailand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have made a lot more sense to like to have power over the vampires and humans.
Yes, but like it being limited to just like, oh, she needs the golden blood to show she can control other vampires. It's like,
Like,
yes, I understand, but like I feel like we could have done more with it.
yes. And the vampires that she was even trying to be in control of, it didn't even seem like that much to begin with.
Exactly.
But hey,
But yes,
um,
I feel like if they would have moved it from the school setting to like the real world setting or like them having like jobs and
mhm.
careers, it would have like amplified the stakes so much more.
Yes. And I feel like with this one, don't get me wrong, I feel like Josh did a good job of doing the mysterious, vampire
Hmm.
thing. But I feel like the tone of the show, like the cinematography and styling and the color palette and everything like that, I feel like with that, they try to force it to be such like a spooky to like I don't know how to just like say it. Like they try
Yeah.
to kind of force the
Yes, because I feel like the setting that they chose isn't naturally like spooky. Like it's not like, oh,
yeah.
they live like in a small town or like in a forest. They live in the city
Mhm.
with like,
You're on a college
yeah, you're
campus.
on a college campus. There are people just going about their day, doing their things.
Mhm.
And like that wasn't giving like dark and gloomy. Which I mean
Yeah.
that could also be what they wanted to go for. Like, oh, this is just like a real world thing. Like
I
also
mean,
could be
I
like that.
guess, but yeah, I guess. But the way they were trying to portray it was like they wanted some sort of dark and spooky aspect to it.
Yeah. And I feel like also Mark's character, like all the other vampires didn't give as like dark, spooky, and mysterious as Mark.
Yes.
Like Nakarn's character,
Mhm.
he gave very much like flamboyant, boss, like
Mhm.
flirtatious. Like he
Mhm.
didn't give like murderous.
Dark and spooky.
Yes. I feel like it was just Mark. Like Mark had
Mysterious.
gone through or like was going through like accepting the fact that he was a vampire and stuff like that, like in his lifetime, that his personality was just like kind of like stoic, mysterious,
Mhm.
dark, and like stuff like that. But the other vampires weren't giving that.
Yeah.
They were giving more modern,
Yep.
wealthy.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Do you think the supporting characters add richness or feel underdeveloped?
I feel like specifically for Tongklat's character, the foster brother, it felt underdeveloped to me. Like
Yes, I
we
agree.
saw glimpses of him being a college student and making friends without Tong, but they came from the foster home together, and there were just so many moments where Tong would just like, abandon this man or just
Mhm.
like push him to the side. Like obviously there are things going on right now in your life, but shoot, that's still your brother.
Yeah, like again, Tom would disappear for weeks, and
Yes,
his
bro.
excuse would stay the same. I'm doing research. What? Tom Cloud, you can't tell me you believe this man. Like,
Yeah.
because, okay, he's doing research, but he's doing it multiple times throughout the year for
Yes.
long periods of time, missing classes. Does that make sense to you?
Another moment that also stood out to me was like when we got a little flashback of like Tongkla and Tong as kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see that for the majority, like since Tong had entered the orphanage and stuff, Tongkla was like kind of like tasked also
With
with
taking care of him?
yeah, and looking after him. Like he always was the one that had to like give up something he wanted because Tong wanted it. He
Yeah.
always had to be like, "Oh, you can't do this because you might get injured and hurt, and like you have this illness, so it's not good." He always had to be that person,
Mhm.
which Loki was unfair in a way, but like also that's like his brother, so I don't think he had any resentment towards doing it. But like transitioning from always having to like look out for your brother to like your brother basically like closing themselves off, I feel like
Mhm.
probably did something to his psyche. Okay, hurt his
Yes.
feelings.
We could have dug more deeply into Tonkla's
Yeah,
mind, just a tad bit more,
yeah,
not like too deeply, but we
because
could
it's
have
not
done a little
his
more.
story, but like
Yeah.
done a little more like in depth
Yes.
internalization. And then with Nakar, how he became a vampire.
Yeah,
I
like
like his
he
little backstory.
yeah, cuz he was interesting, okay? Like
Yes, very
because we found
interesting.
out a little bit more about his story, like how he found out that Clara wasn't a good person cuz I think he saw her
Yeah,
drinking one of the
human
blood.
blood.
Oh, because I think it was somebody he loved.
Oh,
Was it not? It was somebody that he loved and he just disappeared or he something happened and then he oh guys, am I right? Is my memory making doing tricks on me? Is this not the story?
all I remember is that he saw Thara drinking someone's blood.
Yes. It was either
That was
it
human.
was either his lover or someone he was close with. And he saw her drinking his blood and he hated her ever since.
So that's real. This girl, how you gonna knock all your own rules?
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like we could have done more with them. I feel like honestly all of them were a little underdeveloped. Okay. So are there any confusing plot points that felt rushed?
Confusing plot points. I don't think any of the plot points were confusing.
I feel like some of them were like a bit rushed. Wait, hold on.
I mean, the main plot was the golden
Hmm,
blood and what was
I know
going
what
on
I'm
with that.
thinking of.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Tongkla's death.
Okay.
Thinking of his death. Okay? Because this dude, he was alive. Okay, I don't know. It was just that he just died so randomly. Like I just not was not expecting it. I said, "Oh, you killed him off?"
Yeah, they killed him off. He was impaled. And then they have a funeral, and 2 seconds later, no one's mentioning him again. Like, so can we mourn a little? Like, can we,
Like, wasn't that your brother?
like, no, like, did you not grow up with that man? Like, I feel like I would have been in turmoil or something for a little bit more than 2 scenes.
Literally.
Like, okay, yeah, you have a new blossoming love or whatever, but shoot, at least mourn me. Like, literally, he died. They buried him. They had a little funeral. He was sad for like 0.2 seconds. Next clip, he's being kidnapped.
Please.
Like it was so crazy. But yeah, that was a little rushed. Me too.
Yeah. But okay. And then last question. Uh,
I have
uh,
something else. Like
uh
honestly, in not just this BL, but many BLs, they be rushing past trauma so fast, dude.
that's
Like
true.
also when the foster mother passed away or was killed, murdered, they moved past that
She was
so
murdered?
the foster mother?
Yeah.
Didn't she die?
She died?
Yeah.
I do not remember this.
I think the foster mother died because Honkla and Tong went back to the orphanage.
Cause she died?
Yeah.
How did she die?
I think someone killed her.
Really?
Yeah, like
Really, Vance, I do not remember this at all.
they came to attack her. Well, they came for Tong and they attacked her. And that's how Tong also found out that she knew about the vampires and him and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
Don't
that's what
recall.
I remember. But like even with that situation, like it was so fast. Like they mourned the foster mother for like 2 splits of a second. But it's like honey bunches of oats. That's the woman that raised you. Can you mourn a little bit
Literally.
more? Like, but they be moving past trauma so fast. Like I want a little bit of, you know,
See, weep. Like
yes,
you could be weeping, and then you got your man right there to be with you. Like,
like have some sorrow. Like it's
okay,
okay.
sorrows, prayers.
Yes, something.
Okay.
Yes, the last question.
Would you recommend this someone new in like watching BLs? I would.
Yeah,
It's a nice beginner one.
I feel like it has a good storyline. It has action.
Not too many NC scenes, so you can get
Yeah,
you know.
you can get used to it.
Mhm.
Like they had some in it, but it wasn't like a lot.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't as
crazy.
graphic. So yeah, I would like recommend it to someone who's new, somebody else.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not too deep either. That you got to be sitting there
Crying
thinking.
your eyes out,
Yeah.
pondering your existence. This is also, I believe, this is the first series with Joss X Lynn.
I
I
think
think
it
they
is.
did marvelously. Um, they the writers
Mm,
could have
they could have done a little more.
they could have leaned a little bit more into the actors' true selves. I say that
Yeah.
because they did my boy Gowan a little dirty with the little facial expressions that he had to do.
Oh Lord.
And as an actor,
Scrunched up that face the entire series. Please let your
an
face
actor,
rise.
as an actor, obviously he did it and he ate it up. But I feel like it wasn't necessary.
Yeah. But I feel like, that's just a GMM thing. GMM, they be pushing out BLs, but it's like every 1 in 5 is going to be a masterpiece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that is so true. Like they'll
Yeah.
give you so many, and it's like only one really sticks with you.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, if you're listening, I'm gonna need you to work on that. Hire me. I can do a little screenwriting,
I'm too
okay?
weak.
I can do a little story plots, okay? Like I have credentials. Please, I need it.
Credentials.
I
Like,
technically do have credentials, but yes, we could do better with the
jeez.
storyline, with the plot, the writing. Technically, I'm a published author. It just happened to be like in high school. Credentials.
Girl.
Period. They don't need much. And yeah, I'm excited to see more of their work though, and hopefully they give them.
Only friends dream
Yes,
on.
like
Yeah. Oh, but that one's gonna be crazy.
yes, I was like, is that their next work?
I think so. That one's
Oh
gonna be crazy,
Lord,
guys. I don't know if I'm ready for that. It
that's
makes
gonna be
my head
wild.
hurt even looking
Just
at the
look, no,
diagrams.
literally, the people that are putting these diagrams together,
You guys have time, okay?
bless you, because it just hurts my head so bad, so bad. And every time I'm just like, bro, I can't wait, but I'm also afraid. Like I know it's just gonna wreck me,
La, da,
but
da.
I'm sure they're gonna do great.
Oh yeah,
So
I think they're gonna eat.
just X.
I feel like all the couples are gonna eat.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
So that's it for today. Thank you for hanging out with us on jmhtv. If there's a BL you want us to talk about or something you think we have to see, tag us, let us know. Don't forget to follow, leave a rating, and find us on Instagram and TikTok. We're always down to hear from you. Until next time, stay tuned. Keep the love for BLs burning bright.
Bye.
Bye.
눈부신 그빛처럼 내 맘을 채워줘. Oh, oh.